from Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys. This is South Florida's CBS 4 News This Morning.
It is now 6:48 and straight ahead. Do you have joint pains, sprains, maybe muscle spasms?
Yeah, a new therapy usually used for professional athletes could relieve them all. Vanessa Borg will show us how the ARP wave works. That's coming up after the break.
CBS 4 This Morning. We'll be right back. Here's that lovely sunrise.
Welcome back in this morning's Fit Fridays. Do you have chronic joint pains? Ever had a sprained ankle? What about muscle spasms?
A South Florida Urgent Care Center is using a type of therapy to help you quickly recover and even grow stronger. Sounds great, right? Vanessa shows us how it works.
The horn sounds and marathoners hit the ground running. Rosanna Morales used to be one of them until a sudden injury stopped her in her tracks.
A couple years ago, I decided to kick it up from half marathons to full marathons. And I made it into my very last month of training for the ING Full, and I came down with tendonitis in my left ankle.
She did what most people do after an injury.
8 months later, with lots of physical therapy, I had gotten some relief, but it hadn't healed. It was debilitating.
Yeah, what did that feel like?
It felt like needles in the inner part of my left ankle.
And then she found an urgent care center here in South Florida called OrthoNOW that uses a form of therapy usually only available to professional athletes, ARP wave, or accelerated recovery performance.
What it does is allows you to recover faster from an injury, typically a soft tissue injury, so that can be a sprain, a muscle strain.
So how does it work? ARP wave sends electrical pulses to your muscles to help build and strengthen them.
Your muscles strain, usually that will take 4 to 6 weeks. With ARP increasing the blood flow to the area, it can happen in 2 weeks.
And within 2 weeks, Rosanna was back to pounding the pavement.
I was well enough that I went on a few days later to run the Ragnar Relay down to Key West.
Even though athletes have been using ARP wave therapy for over a decade, there isn't much research on how effective it is. There is one study out of the University of Hawaii's John A. Burns School of Medicine. They studied 25 patients with ACL injuries. 14 used the ARP wave in their therapy and the others didn't. Every single patient that used the ARP wave recovered faster and stronger after surgery than those that just used traditional physical therapy. And ARP wave can be used for much more than just sports or exercise injuries.
It also relieves pain because it relieves a spasm.
So if you have back spasms or strained muscles, ARP wave could be a great form of recovery for you. But as I mentioned in the story, the only drawback of ARP wave therapy is that there's very little evidence in medical literature stating that it works. Most of what we know about it is based on personal testimony. But if you'd like more information on ARP wave therapy, you can always go to cbsmiami.com.